Philip Siegel of Havana Phil Cigar Company.
And I'm Shana Lee, the social media manager here and owner of Shana Lee Photography.
Welcome to Behind the Smoke Screen. Welcome to episode 2 Behind the Smoke Screens.
Here we go.
I'm Philip Siegel of Havana Phil Cigar Company in Greensboro, North Carolina. And this is...
I'm Shana Lee with Shana Lee Photography.
She's the co-host of Behind the Smoke Screens. Today, we're going to be speaking about the topic of climbing the mountain. As two young entrepreneurs.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? That's a good question. You know, anyone who runs a business out there knows what it means. But anyone who doesn't run a business and they're just working a job, then, you know, there's a lot of obstacles that we have to overcome as people with 100% of the responsibility. We literally take everything in, and we take the criticism, we take the praise, we take all of that. And today we'll be touching on how we have earned respect from peers, from clients, from day-to-day people that we interact with, whether it's at a coffee shop, whether it's in our industry, whether it's from another industry that's come in and visited and try to pitch us on a product or something like that. But yeah, it should be a cool episode. And I guess we'll start out with a little Cigar 101. Today I'm smoking a Havana Phil's 5th anniversary. It's got a little torpedo edge right here. There's a specific way to cut this. And what I like to do is I like to hit it at an angle like that. And it gives it a little nice opening.
Let me see this.
It opens it up, lets you get a lot of smoke to it.
Okay.
That was exciting, wasn't it?
No, I'm legitimately interested in this.
And
shapes.
you know, it's just something I prefer. It's not a requirement. A lot of people do a straight cut on top, but for a Bellicose or a torpedo, I like to cut it at an angle so it just opens it up and you get all the smoke. And you're able to take it in on your palate and get every single note that you can possibly get.
I like it.
So, yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's fascinating to me because I'm like very new to the cuts, right? So
Right.
I didn't even know about that. So I'm seeing different styles, different cuts. And I can tell you, like, I typically have just done like a straight cut. And there's a cut that does like almost like an X or something. What is that?
It's called a V cut.
Okay, so the V cut I really like because I find it easier to smoke.
Yeah.
When it's cut like that.
Well,
but I've never tried that.
deep.
So like I can't say that's
It's kind of a similar thing. You kind of get that depth, the openness. Is that even a word?
Yeah.
It just opens it up, just like the slight cut that I did at the angle right there. And you're able to take in all the flavors that the tobacco has to offer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. There's so much to learn.
Yeah. So let's get into like what you're drinking today.
All right, let's talk about it because you poured it and
So,
all right, I know that I'm drinking Lip Service, which this bottle is so dope. Loving the picture on it.
Very dope.
A nice little lip tattoo.
Very trendy.
And it's also delicious, by the way.
Inked up from the feet up. A little spicy.
Inked up.
Yeah.
Looking like you over there.
Yeah. You know.
Do you have a lip tattoo?
I don't have a lip tattoo, but that's something I'm considering.
No, you're not.
Because of this bottle. So we'll get into this. This is a rye whiskey. by Savage and Cook.
Wait a minute. Wait. Are you really considering a lip tattoo?
I mean, why not?
Or,
So what I hear from lip tattoos is
I'm
they
trying
only
to
last.
understand.
They only last about 6 months, so they just disappear after a while. So it's just a temporary thing. It could be used on social media, create some digital media content.
Well,
You know, something cool like that.
maybe you should get a flame. Let's just get. Like, can you get a flame?
I'm not gonna get a
I
flame,
wonder how bad that would hurt. Because I have a face tattoo actually.
but
Can you see my face tattoo? I really legitimately do have a face tattoo.
Your eyebrow.
Yes, my eyebrows are tattooed on.
yeah, who's on your lap?
Frankie! This is my co-host, Frankie.
Executive producer.
Frankie is a professional in all things doggy media.
Doggy media.
Doggy. Never mind.
So, back to this rye whiskey. It's called Lip Service,
Mm-hmm.
produced by Savage and Cook. Savage and Cook is a company founded by Dave Finney. Dave Finney is like one of the most reputable wine makers in the world. He created Prisoner, and after that, he, from what I understand, he was really tired of being bossed around by the people at Prisoner Company,
Mm-hmm.
and branched off, made his own boutique wines, made his own boutique spirits, and one of these spirits is Lip Service. That's what Shana is drinking. I'm drinking the Burning Chair, which is a bourbon.
So this is straight lip service then.
Straight. It has an ice ball, but straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's good. A little spice. Make it right. But
Carrying right along.
carrying right along.
All right, so we want to talk about today climbing the mountain. Your good friend Miley Cyrus actually wrote a song about this.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
I cannot help myself. I'm sorry. Okay, so
I love. Side note: I love Miley Cyrus.
All right.
So
Phil's good friend Miley Cyrus has a song about climbing the mountain, and I really can't remember all the lyrics, but it is a pretty like legit. When you listen to the song, it'll get you like
ready to roll.
Climbing.
Ready to rock.
Yeah, like taking over the world.
So what's it like climbing the mountain?
All right, so I can tell you from a little bit about my perspective of building my business and where that came from and where things started. So I'm a little bit older than Phil, and not by much, but a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
We don't have to get into the details of that.
I'm not scared of the vulnerability. No, so I have a very diverse background, and I can look back at everything that I've done, every position that I've held, every job I've held, and say that every single one has led me to a place where I could run my own business successfully. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, like, back in the day when I came out of college, I knew what I was passionate about, but I wasn't willing to take a risk at that time financially. So I went into several different jobs that were more stable financially. Right. And whether that was because I was scared of the risk, or there was like fear involved there. There was other people's opinions involved there. For whatever reason, that's what I did. And I kind of had like this left brain, right brain battle, right? Mm-hmm. So there's like this part of me that always wanted to have stability and 9 to 5 and family life and this, that, and the other. And then there's this whole other side of me that's like creative, dreamer, very flexible, career path, and just sort of open to anything that comes my way. And so I've always kind of battled back and forth with this over the years, but when I came out of college, I went into where it was safe, right?
Right.
And so it took me a while. And actually, I held a lot of really, like, I take a lot of pride in the positions that I held leading up to where I am now, leading up to owning my own business. And, I think I think I really needed those jobs to get me to where I am now,
Right.
to be able to like communicate the way I need to communicate with my clients, and to be able to run all the business aspect of what I do, and to be able to create relationships and have the creative aspect to my job, and the editing and the shooting and knowing all of that. So,
Right.
Looking back, I'm grateful for all the opportunity that I had before. And I do consider that climbing the mountain, but at the time I didn't realize I was climbing a mountain, right? I just thought I'm getting by, like I'm taking care of myself, right? Like, where's she going? Is she bored? Is she bored with me?
She's
She's bored.
Yeah.
We cut to a shot of Frankie, like, I'm over this. But I had a really significant thing in my life happen, a really traumatic experience in my life that made me realize that life is so short, and I should not spend any more time wasted on things that I'm not really passionate about. I want to be able to look back on my life and say, I really take a lot of pride in the work that I did in my life, and not regret not jumping in and taking those risks.
Right.
And I think that's the difference between people that live a life of, just getting by, and people that live a life of like passion in what they do. And I consider the place I am today a place of really passion. I have a lot of passion for what I do. I love it. I absolutely love it. I could do it all day long.
Right.
And any aspect of it, right? The shooting, the editing, whatever. So,
right. So that's a really amazing backstory of like where you came from and all of that. But it's like you overcame this traumatic experience, and it's like what kind of balance in life did you have to find to overcome that? Because once that traumatic experience happens, speaking from experience, it's like how do you find the balance to spin the plates every day of what you have going on, and then turn it into creating this business that's successful, and how did you make that thrive?
It's really interesting, because I was just talking to somebody about balance, and I have always considered work-life balance as this thing where you have to balance between like your work life and your home life. It's always like, how much do I put here? How much do I put there?
Right.
But the person put it to me like, life is a balancing act. It's a constant balancing act, right? It's never fully balanced. Right? It's sometimes it's like this with family, and sometimes it's like this with business, right? And it's this constant back and forth, and it's a balance of literally where is my energy going? Today?
Right. It's like you have all these sticks that you're trying to hold up with these spinning plates, and it's like you have to like spin the plates like back and forth.
And when like this plate's getting slow, you got to get back over to that plate and like spin that plate faster. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what it is. And I never thought about it that way. I always thought like I have to give so much time to this and so much time to this in order for both to be successful. But the reality is like, that's not at all how my life works. Right. There are certain places I need to be and people who need me at certain times. And I'm really trying to figure out that way. I think the biggest thing is like personal health, right? Like making sure I'm taking care of myself so that I can be the best me for my business, my clients, or I can be the best me for my family. Like that's really the core of it, is like, don't neglect who you are or where you are, because in order for your business to be strong and in order for your family to be in the best place, right? You have to be in the best place too.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm totally with that.
So tell me about how what your climb was like. Well, you're still
My
climbing.
climb.
We're all still climbing, right? We're always climbing.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So it's a constant climb, but basically where
hmm
right. So basically where it happened was, I was living in Charlotte, going to school. Um, my pops, he wanted me to come here to Greensboro.
hmm
Uh, I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is 90 miles from Greensboro. Um, and he was starting to recruit me to come to Havana Phil's and be a part of the team. And I was like, I kind of want to create my own path.
hmm
And then he took me to Vegas. He took me to the IPCPR, which is like a big trade show out in Vegas. And I was like, holy shit, this is phenomenal. Like, there's so much love in this industry, and I went to Vegas, partied with all the manufactured, partied with, all his friends.
You must
in
be
the
interesting
industry.
because she's back now.
Yeah, she likes my voice.
Soothing.
But she my he just won me over with that, and I felt the love, and I was like, this industry is for me. So I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. I'm gonna move back to Greensboro, rent a house, see how it goes. So I dove in 100%, and he had me work in the store, and I was basically, like the bottom of the barrel here, just sweeping the floors, cleaning the toilets, like restocking the humidor,
I
like,
love that. What a great place to start.
yeah, doing all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Where everyone starts out at their first full-time job. Um, and then, as a young person who's 22, 23, I was eager to get at it, and started a social media forum. Um, took that over, kind of tried to improve it. I did some really nice work with that and upped his content game, digital media game, the best of my ability.
Now, was your dad savvy on that or no?
No,
Not at all. He's like, what is Instagram?
not at all. I mean, he was good. I mean, he was a great photographer, but like, his priorities were more on physical relationships rather than digital and social media relationships.
Yeah.
So that's what I was there for, and that's a channel that I took on, and I realized that it was super important for the company to do that as a small business in Greensboro. I started connecting with different small businesses in Greensboro, and on and so forth. That's pretty boring, but from there it was like 2 years into it, he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get right to the meat of this story right here. And it was sudden. No one was prepared for it. There was no plan. There was nothing going forward. So
How did your dad pass away?
he was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer, and that was super tough. And we didn't know anything about it. There's not much research in America on that specific type of cancer. So we had no idea what was going on. We didn't know how long there was. There wasn't like an end date, nothing like that. It was just like, we can beat this.
Mm-hmm.
Positive vibes only.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's keep it rolling. And it just didn't turn out like that. So he passed away, and I was kind of thrown into this fire. And a lot of people looking from the outside look at this business as like a blessing, which it really, really is. But at that point in the business life, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough. We just moved here a couple of years ago to this new location. We were down the street about 2 miles, and we're at a little retail store, and then we upgraded significantly here. We have 3 different lounges, an amazing retail store, an amazing bar, and just a phenomenal facility. If you go on our website, HavanaPhils.com. You can see the photos, you can see the content, you can check out our YouTube channel. Shout out. And
Shameless plug.
yeah, and just see what it's all about.